it's the Mighty Marvel Show, and I'm Paul, and happy birthday, Spider-Man. He's 60. He doesn't look a day over 17 or teenager, or 30-year-old man, or 60-year-old man. Depends which comic you read and what movie you've looked at. However, it is 60 years of Spider-Man. Look, it says on there, he's nearly as old as me. Just kidding. I'm immortal. So, 60th anniversary Spider-Man. Loads of Spider-Man Marvel Legends this year. You probably got a load already. There's been lots of drops. There's more on the way this year. I've got a couple here today. I have got the Amazing Fantasy 15. Obviously, the first debut of the Wall Crawler, 1962. I've got two of those because one I'm going to open and one I'm going to keep boxed. More on that in a minute. And I've equally got the new Iron Spider figure, but that is for another video. What I do just want to talk about before I get into actually looking at the figure is this is my first plastic-free packaging purchase since they made the new boxes. You've got the old school ones, you've got the old retro figure, there he is there, obviously with the plastic on the front, and then you've got the classic style figures which have obviously had the cardboard on the front, such as the plastic on the front, 80th anniversary Captain America. So, first thoughts. Now, I can't complain too much because I've been championing for a long time. You can go back and look on my videos about plastic-free packaging. However, I really meant the inside bit, the bit that it sits in, that massive great box that the figure comes in. I've always thought there must be better ways of doing it than that because you end up throwing all that away. The front, I do think the front is quite important, and there are plastic-free substitutes or alternatives for that you could have had. So my first thoughts are, I think these boxes, and again, these are all first world problems. I appreciate the world we live in. I'm very lucky that I'm able to buy and collect figures. I get all that. I know there's worse things going on in the world. However, I can only talk about the world I live in, and this is a collecting world, and I'm not alone in this. I think they're really uninspiring and bland and a bit disappointing. And I have a number of reasons why I think that. First of all, they feel really light. Okay, fine, that's not an issue, feel light, but it also makes it feel a bit less valuable. Half the fun of Marvel Legends is, as I say, seeing them on the shelf, actually seeing the figure. Now, it's not only about the fun of seeing that figure, it's actually quite important from a collector perspective, or for anyone who buys it, to check the quality. And there's been a few instances I've seen on some people's Twitter sites, Dan Who, for example, where he's had paint jobs missing, spinneret missing on the neck. So that's a concern. So on this one, that you want to see the figure. It's a joint excitement, and you want to check the quality of the figure. You can't do it with these. And I think that's going to make collecting less of a hobby of collecting, because there are a number of figures I buy two of. And there's some, the Doctor Strange, classic Doctor Strange we've got here, and I bought two of that. One to open, play with and pose, and the other one to keep minty fresh in the box on a display because it looks excellent. I won't do that anymore because part of the collection is to see the figure on the shelf. Yes, you can stand them like that sometimes, or yes, you can stand them like that sometimes, but really it's about looking at the actual figure itself. So I'm not going to get to, I don't need to keep one box if I can't see it in the box. I'm not going to do that anymore. And equally, let's be honest, I have absolutely no idea until I open this what's in there. And if I intend to keep this second one closed permanently, I'll never know. I'll never know what's in it. That could not be Spider-Man. It could be a terrible paint job. There could be parts missing. It could be broken. I don't know. So I'm not going to do that anymore. There's no point keeping two. I'll just keep the box. Keep one open and just keep the box. If I like the artwork, then I'll keep the box. And that brings me to artwork. And this, I think, is quite a key point. It's something I've been thinking a lot about since release of the plastic-free packaging. And I've got some other examples here. So, there's the figure. There's the figure. There's the figure. Okay, I get it. And that's all the artwork that you've got on this box. Now, if you're going to be doing these figures, and let's look again. Iron Spider. There's the artwork. But there's the figure. But there's the figure. But there's the figure. I don't need that 3 times. Again, let's also have a look. Null and Venom 2-pack. Also another video. There's the figures. There's the figures. There's the figures. there's some artwork. Now that, if you're doing plastic-free packaging now, there needs to be some unique hook on the box. You can see the figures, that's great. Now, a lot of Marvel Legends, as you say, sometimes you see the figure, you get artwork on the side, and then sometimes you get artwork on the back, or you get another picture of the figure. I don't need the figure. I certainly don't need the figure 3 times on the box. That's a waste. If these are collectible, and this is a 60th anniversary, if this is collectible, awesome artwork. Do something different on the front. Do some awesome artwork. Then use what you've got on the side. Then if you want to have the figure, obviously have the figure on the back so you get an understanding of what you got. But I don't need it there and then. Make it more collectible. I have no need to buy 2. I won't buy 2 anymore of plastic-free packaging. It's pointless. It's about seeing the figure. That's rant over. That's my view on the plastic-free packaging. I think there are alternatives. You could have left that window, just that window. There are some substitute plastic replaced with that. Get rid of the box inside. Yeah, absolutely. Get rid of the box inside. I'm in complete support of that. That's a waste of plastic. And on some of them, you even get 2 bits of plastic because they separate out to hold swords or weapons or whatever else it might be. Don't need that. Get rid of that. But the box at the front, I think that's disappointing. I'm trying not to rant about this. I'm trying to keep it positive and uplifting because it is joyful collecting figures. It is about fun, but that's a bit disappointing. Okay, that's my rant over plastic done. Let's actually look at the figure inside. So I'm going to open the box, but I'm actually going to see me opening the box because normally I would just open the box and go, well, there's a figure. Let's open the box and let's see what we're going to find inside because I don't know yet. Right, 4 bits of sellotape. 1 here, 1 here, 2 at the bottom on there. So I've slipped those open. Open on the side. Open on the second side. And then the pouch on the side. It's open. Okay, some cardboard there. There was always cardboard there. That's fine. Let's see what we've got. Okay, which way round? Okay. Wow. Okay, so that's it. Okay. I can live with that. I can live with that. Let's see what we've got. So the back here, accessories. A little bag, so there's all the spare hands. And there's the webs inside there. Okay, that's cool. That I can live with. And then there's the figure just inside. So open up the 2 sides there. Peel and reveal. Take him out. Okay, that is fine. However, that obviously doesn't play into my suggestion of alternative plastic at the front. So that would have to change. But that, it is okay in terms of that element to it. But I want to see the figure. Okay. Open the bag up. Crunchy, crunchy, crunchy. Okay. No tape. Whole no is fine because again, it's another waste of materials. Okay. And here is... Ooh. This is my first look, my first natural look. Here is the Amazing Fantasy 15 Spider-Man figure. It's a good body design. Love the eyes. It's the Ditko eyes. Clean spider image on the back. Really clean lines on it. Let's do some paint quality check. So that's got all webs all over it. The back as well. That's good. Back of the costume. Under the arms. On the fists. That's good. Going to do a little bit of a warm up of this figure and then we're getting posed. Look out. Here comes Spider-Man. Okay. Right. So, first impressions. These web wings are really annoying. They're great when they're on, but they're really irritating. Just take the web. I'll put the web in the hand there. But they're really irritating to get in and to be really careful with them. There are 2 sets with these. There are. These that I've got on under the arms now, the flyer, and then I've got these spread out flying wings as well, web wings. Okay, so we'll play around with those in a minute. Okay, there are 4 sets of hands, which is great. There are splayed open wall crawling hands. There is grabbing web swing rope, web hands. There are thwip hands you would expect. And of course, there's fighting hands. There's punching hands as well for a good old tear up. So lots of good hands. No second head, just this one, but could have maybe done with the eyes open, the sort of shock surprise one, but no complaint. Awesome spider on the front, absolutely Ditko-esque, probably on the front there as well. So that's good. Pose is okay. Joints, knee bend, that's as far back as you get the double knee, which is a bit disappointing. We'd like to have got that right back under. You've also got the turn, you've got the ab crunch there in the middle, and then it turns from the top of the torso there, so it's fixed in the middle bit there. Bends right back though, so that's good. Good to bend the figure back, so you can arms out, and so I'll put the extra webs on, hands out to swoop down as well, so that's quite cool. So that's quite a good look as well. That's good bend on the back there. I love the paint style. Love the paint style to it. This darker look to the paint. Let's take that web wing off because they're annoying me. I love the darker style to it. Reminds me of the old Marvel Universe from way back in the day, about 20 years ago. Paint job on those. Good comparison. So obviously, as it was when it first came out in the comic books, really cool design to it. So yeah, I quite like the figure. Not my favourite Spider-Man figure, but I quite like it. It's actually nice to have a different style to the Spider-Man. I don't mind on this body. It's different. It's off the retro animated series body, but I do like it. I say it's not as posable as you would have really liked from a Spider-Man figure, but it is good fun. So that is a good success as a figure. I need a bit more time to really consider it. Overall, I'm quite pleased with it. I need to spend a bit more time warming up these web wings. They hook in the back there, as you can just see under the arm there, and again on the other side in there. So do need a bit to just warm those up, manipulate them in a little bit just so they sit in nicely. It's just the one holder on them. With things like the Falcon or the Vulture wings, you do get the 2, or you get the separate wings, so it's just the one there. Could have maybe done with a bigger clip, or maybe two next to each other would have been better. Maybe one there and then one there, and you could just pushed it straight in, so you got double security on it. Maybe would have been my suggestion on it, but as a figure overall, I quite like it. It's not too bad at all. In terms of its 60th anniversary and the overall product, the box, a bit of lack of posability on the knees, and the twist obviously comes from the waist, which is fine, but obviously because of Spider-Man with his costume, you lose that look when he's in the air. You lose the whole move of the costume going across. It's a solid figure, but it's probably about 6.5, maybe a 7. It is the last one that I will buy 2 of, though. One to keep boxed. That is the end of an era for me on collecting in that way. And again, like I say, if you look at some of the ways, you know, we have gone from, as an example, we have gone from this type of thing with like glorious artwork and the figures on it, and we have now gone to this, which this should have been an unbelievable set anyway, for a different video. But this Amazing Fantasy 15 one, that's now the last that I will collect of 2 to keep boxed. I've no idea whether he's in there or not. And that is the difference between the new packaging and the old packaging. But let it not detract, to stay positive, let it not detract from a cool Spider-Man figure. Very different to what I've got. Is a lot of fun. And that is the end of this video as well. Hope you've enjoyed it. Hope you've tolerated my little rant about the plastic and the packaging, tempered with reality and a bit of pragmatism over it, because I have been saying plastic free for a while. But what are your thoughts? What have you got so far? Have you had figures coming through? Do you collect too? Do you keep them boxed? How do you do it? Let me know. What's your thoughts on it? What do you think of the new style packaging in the box and the artwork, or the lack of, and the photos? Let me know. Drop it in the comments below. And of course, if you're not doing it already, like and subscribe. That'd be great. And that's it. I'm out of here. Me and Spidey are off. Happy birthday, Spidey. See you next time.